The sun was soft that morning, and the sky was clear above the small town where a simple family lived. The father Rohan and the mother Mina had been discussing something important for many weeks. Their daughter Lena always looked at dogs in the park with a hopeful face, and finally the parents decided that it was time. They wanted to bring a dog into their home and give it love and safety. The family sat in their small car. As they drove toward the town's animal shelter, Lena sat in the back seat with her hands on her knees, trying to control her excitement. She had dreamed of having a dog for years. She did not care about the breed. She only wanted a friend she could play with and care for. Mina looked at her daughter through the mirror and smiled. She knew how much this meant to her. Rohan drove with a calm expression, but even he looked a little excited. When they reached the shelter, they saw a simple building made of pale bricks. It was quiet on the outside, but once they stepped inside, soft barks and gentle sounds filled the air. The hallway smelled of clean floors and warm fur. A small bell chimed as the door closed behind them. A shelter worker came forward to greet them. His name was Bari, an older man with kind eyes and years of experience caring for abandoned animals. Bari asked them what kind of dog they were hoping for. Rohan wanted a dog that could protect the house. Mina wanted a gentle dog who would be careful around Lena. Lena only wanted a friend who would stay by her side. Bari thought for a moment, then asked them to follow him to the back area of the shelter. This area was quieter, and dogs there were usually the ones that had arrived recently or had special backgrounds. At the end of the narrow hallway, Bari stopped in front of a steel gate. Behind the gate sat a large German shepherd with strong legs and dark fur. His eyes were deep brown and filled with calm intelligence. He did not bark or jump. He simply watched them with steady eyes, as if he already understood why they had come. This one came from the forest area. Bari said he was alone when he was found. We do not know who owned him before. He did not have a name, so the staff here started calling him Rex. Lena stepped forward slowly. She felt a small tremble in her hands, but she reached out through the bars. Rex lifted his head. He sniffed her fingers gently, then touched her hand with his nose. His tail moved once, slow and smooth. Lena smiled wide. Mina came close and looked into the dog's eyes. She saw no fear or anger, only patience. He looks calm, she said softly. He is calm, Bari replied, but he is alert at all times. He listens to everything. He observes everything. He behaves like he has training. That is why I kept him in this quiet section. He seems to be waiting for something or someone. Rohan knelt beside his daughter. He lifted the lock on the gate and opened it carefully. Rex stood up but did not move forward until Rohan gave a small signal with his hand. Then the dog stepped forward, slow and controlled. He stood in front of the family and looked at each person one by one. Rohan placed a hand on Rex's head. The dog did not flinch. Mina touched his fur. It was warm and thick. Lena hugged him gently around his neck, and Rex accepted it with a small sigh. The family looked at one another. They did not need to speak. They all felt the same thought growing inside their hearts. This dog belonged with them. Bari nodded when he saw their expressions. He prepared the adoption papers, and the family signed them with happy hearts. Lena held the leash as they walked out of the shelter. Rex followed her with careful steps. He did not pull or run. He stayed close to her side as if protecting her already. During the car ride home, Rex lay next to Lena. She ran her fingers through his fur and smiled the whole way. She noticed a few small marks around his neck, as if an old collar had once been too tight. She did not understand what it meant, but it made her feel a little sad for him. She promised in her heart that she would take care of him and never let him feel alone again. When they reached home, the family let Rex explore the house. He walked slowly from room to room. He looked at the windows, the doorways, the corners, and even the ceiling. He seemed to be checking everything with careful eyes. Rohan noticed this and raised a brow. Mina watched the dog with soft curiosity. He is very alert, Rohan said. Maybe he is nervous, Mina said. But Rex did not look nervous. He looked focused. He listened to every sound outside the house. Even when he lay down, his ears moved with each noise. When night came, he chose to sleep near Lena's bed. She felt safer with him resting there. Rex stayed awake longer than anyone else in the house. His eyes glowed faintly as he watched the doorway. He breathed slow and quiet. The next morning, Rohan decided to take Rex for a health check. He wanted to make sure there were no hidden issues. He called the local veterinarian, Dr. Terran, and set an appointment. The clinic was small but well known in the town. The family walked into the clinic with Rex beside them. Dr. Terran welcomed them with a warm smile. He was a gentle man with gray hair and steady hands. He listened to the family's story and then asked Rohan to bring Rex into the examination room. Rex entered the room with calm steps. He stood still in the center while the doctor walked around him. But then something changed. The moment Dr. Terran lifted the fur under Rex's neck to check the skin, his face lost all color. He leaned closer, looked again, and his eyes widened in shock. Rohan frowned. Is something wrong? Dr. Terran did not answer. Instead, he stepped back, walked to the phone on the wall and picked it up quickly. His hand shook as he pressed the buttons. Mina watched him with growing worry. Lena held Rex's fur tightly. Dr. Terran spoke into the phone with a firm voice. I need officers at my clinic as soon as possible. This is urgent. Rohan stepped forward. Doctor, please tell us what is happening. But Dr. Terran kept his eyes on Rex. The dog stood still, watching the doctor with steady calm. It almost felt like Rex understood the tension in the room. The doctor placed the phone down slowly. He took a long breath before speaking. This dog is not what you think he is, he said. The marks on his neck are not from a simple collar. They are from something else. Something serious. Rohan's heart tightened. Mina held Lena close. Rex stayed silent, his eyes deep and calm. And in that moment, the family understood that the arrival of Rex in their lives was not an accident. It was the beginning of something far bigger than they had imagined. The clinic was silent after Dr. Terran's urgent phone call. Rohan, Mina, and Lena stood close to Rex, who remained calm, almost as if he understood that something serious was happening. His ears moved slightly as he listened to every sound, but his eyes stayed on the doctor. There was a quiet strength about him that made the family feel both comforted and uneasy at the same time. Dr. Terran finally turned toward the family. I need to explain something, he said, his voice low. This dog is not an ordinary dog. He was part of a situation that requires the authorities to handle. I cannot fully explain it, but you should know that it is serious. Rohan's hands tightened around the leash. What do you mean? He is just a dog from the shelter. Nothing more. The doctor shook his head. The marks on his neck, the way he reacts to people, the calm control he has in stressful situations, these are not normal traits for a dog. Someone who found him knew what they were doing. They trained him for something unusual. Lena looked at Rex and gently stroked his fur. He is just my friend. He is kind and gentle with me. Rex nudged her hand softly. His eyes met hers for a moment, and Lena felt a strange warmth, as if he was silently saying he would protect her no matter what. Dr. Terran sighed. I will not hide anything. The police are on their way. I have already called them. They need to take Rex and investigate who he belonged to before the shelter. They may know dangerous things. Mina gasped. Dangerous things. But he is just a dog. He has never hurt anyone. I know, the doctor said calmly. That is why you are safe. But you must understand that Rex has a past that involves people who do not belong in ordinary life. They trained him for purposes that are not normal for a household pet. Rohan frowned. So what happens now? Will they take him away? Dr. Terran looked at Rex. Not immediately. The officers will arrive and decide how to handle it. They will also want to speak with you, because you are now the owner. This is why it is important you remain calm. Rex has already sensed the tension. He is prepared. At that moment, a soft knocking came at the door. Rohan opened it, and two police officers walked in. They introduced themselves. One was a tall man named Officer Tariq. The other was a short woman named Officer Saba. Both of them had serious expressions, but their eyes softened slightly when they saw Rex. Is this the dog? Officer Tariq asked, looking closely at Rex. Yes, Dr. Terran said. This is Rex. He was brought here from the shelter. I noticed signs that he may have been trained unusually. He needs to be examined carefully. That is why I called you. Rohan stepped forward. He is calm. He has been with us since yesterday. He is gentle with Lena and does not show aggression at all. Officer Saba nodded. We understand, but we must take precautions. Dogs like this can be trained to respond to very specific commands. Sometimes their training is dangerous to people who do not understand it. Rex stood still, observing the officers. His ears moved slightly, but he did not flinch. Officer Tariq looked at him carefully and whispered something to Saba. She nodded. Do not worry, Saba said to the family. We will handle this without harming him. Our goal is to find out his past. You will be allowed to stay near him. For now, we only need to examine him. The officers led Rex to a nearby examination area. Lena wanted to follow him, but Rohan gently held her hand. He will be fine, he said. Let's watch and wait. You can stay with him soon. The examination took longer than expected. Rex allowed the officers to check his body and observe his reactions. Every time they moved or made a sound, Rex reacted carefully but without fear. He seemed intelligent and aware of the situation. Lena's heart sank a little. She had never seen him like this. Finally, Officer Tariq spoke. He is trained, but not in ways that are harmful by nature. His behavior suggests that someone trained him to follow precise commands and remain calm under stress. He is disciplined in ways that most dogs are not. This confirms what Dr. Terran said. Rohan frowned. Who would do this to a dog? Why? He has never hurt anyone. Officer Saba stepped forward. We are still investigating. There are groups that train animals for unusual purposes, sometimes for illegal work. We do not know if he was part of such a group or if he escaped. What we know is that he has intelligence beyond a normal dog and is capable of responding in ways that most people would not understand. Lena's hand found Rex's back. He pressed gently against her, and her fear slowly faded. He is my friend, she said softly. He will not hurt anyone. The officers nodded. We understand. He is not violent. But we need to trace his past to make sure he is safe for your family. Sometimes dogs like this have been mistreated or forced to obey harsh commands. We will need to be careful. The next hour was tense. The family waited in the small waiting room. listening as the officers spoke quietly near Rex. Lena kept her hand on the leash, even though she was told to let him be. She could not help it. Rex had already become part of her life, and she did not want to lose him. Finally, Officer Tariq returned. "We have found some information," he said. Rex was part of a larger operation. Someone had trained him for special tasks, but the operation is no longer active. It ended months ago. The previous owner is unknown, but the shelter found him wandering alone. He appears to have been abandoned safely. Mina let out a small sigh. "So he is safe now?" "Yes," Officer Saba said. "He is safe, but we must make sure no one from his past can reach him. That is why we need to record everything and keep him under observation for a short time." Rohan nodded. "We understand. We will do anything to keep him safe. He is part of our family now." Lena ran to Rex when he returned to the room. He wagged his tail slowly and pressed his head to her chest. She hugged him tightly. "I told you were safe with us," she whispered. The family decided to spend the evening quietly together. Rex stayed close to Lena and Mina. Rohan made some tea and sat near the window, looking out but thinking of Rex's past. Even though the dog was calm now, there was a part of him that carried memories they could not see. That as night fell, the family sat together in the living room. Lena placed her head on Rex's side while he lay on the floor. The dog's breathing was slow, but his eyes were alert. He scanned the room quietly, as if he had a responsibility to keep them all safe. Mina looked at her daughter and then at Rohan. "I never thought adopting a dog would be like this," she said softly. "He is more than a pet. He is special. I think he knew we were the family for him." Rohan nodded. "I feel the same. He is not just a dog. There is something about him that we do not fully understand yet. But we will learn, and we will protect him." That night, Rex slept near Lena. He listened to every sound outside and inside the house. He was calm, but he never truly relaxed. His past had given him skills and awareness that no ordinary dog had. Yet, with the family, he allowed himself moments of trust and affection. For Lena, Rex was her hero, her friend, and her protector. She did not yet know the details of his past, but she felt his loyalty and love. That was enough. She knew that no matter what happened, Rex would stay with them, and they would face any challenge together. Outside, the wind moved softly through the trees. The night was quiet, but Rex's eyes remained open. He watched and listened. He had survived challenges before, and now he had a family to protect. He would do whatever it took to keep them safe. And in that quiet house, with a little girl holding his fur and parents who had chosen him, Rex finally allowed himself to feel something he had not felt in a long time: belonging. The next morning, the sun rose over the quiet town, filling the streets with soft light. Rohan, Mina, and Lena were awake early. Lena ran to Rex's side as soon as she opened her eyes. The dog was already sitting near the window, alert and watchful. He wagged his tail slowly when he saw her, and she hugged him tightly. Rohan prepared breakfast while Mina made tea. Rex stayed near Lena, moving only when he sensed the family needed him. His alertness never left him. Even in their small home, he seemed aware of every sound, every movement, every shadow dot after breakfast. Rohan received a call from Officer Tariq. He spoke calmly but with authority. "We have traced some parts of Rex's past. We want to meet with you and examine him further. We will come to your home to avoid moving him unnecessarily." Rohan nodded. "We understand. We will wait for you." Mina looked at Rex. "I hope he will be okay. I do not want him to feel scared." Rex turned his head slightly, as if he understood her words. His ears twitched, and he walked over to her side. Mina placed a hand gently on his back. The dog leaned slightly against her, giving a small sigh of comfort. By mid-morning, 2 officers arrived at their home. Officer Tariq and Officer Saba stepped inside carefully. Rex watched them closely, standing between Lena and the doorway. His body was calm but ready. The officers did not move suddenly. They knew this dog was different. "We will examine him here," Officer Tariq said. "This way he feels safer, and we can observe his reactions in a familiar environment." Rohan nodded. "That is fine. We want to help." The officers led Rex to the living room and asked him to sit. Lena stayed beside him, holding his leash lightly. Rex obeyed calmly. He was patient, but there was a quiet tension in the air. Officer Saba spoke softly. "We want to understand who trained him and what he has been trained for. Sometimes dogs like this are trained for guarding or tracking. We will test him carefully. He may surprise us with skills we do not expect." Rex sat still as the officers examined him. They asked Rohan questions, observing how Rex reacted to each command or movement. When they spoke in quiet tones, Rex tilted his head and listened. When they made subtle hand gestures, he responded almost immediately. Rohan watched closely. He is obedient, but gentle. He never shows aggression unless necessary. Officer Tariq nodded. "That is true. He has discipline beyond a normal dog. That means someone spent a lot of time training him. But from what we see, he is loyal and intelligent, not dangerous." Lena reached out and rubbed Rex's ears. "He is my best friend. He will never hurt anyone." Rex pressed his head against her hand. It was as if he was saying that he agreed. The family felt comforted by his calm presence. After a few hours, the officers took notes and finally spoke to the family. We have learned that Rex was once with a group that trained dogs for special tasks. The group no longer exists. He may have been part of security work or tracking exercises. The good news is that he is not aggressive toward ordinary people. He has never shown harmful behavior. You can keep him safely. Mina smiled softly. So he is safe with us now? Yes, Officer Saba said. He has skills, but he will not act unless there is danger. You should let him stay with your family, and he will adjust well. Rohan looked at Rex. He is more than a pet. He is part of our family already. We will take care of him no matter what. Rex wagged his tail gently. He looked at the family and then at the officers. It was as if he understood that his past was over and a new life had begun. After the officers left, the family spent the day together. Lena and Rex played in the backyard. Rex ran with gentle speed, careful not to knock over anything. Lena laughed as he chased after a small ball, always returning it to her paws. The bond between them grew stronger with every movement. Mina and Rohan watched quietly from the porch. He is wonderful, Mina said. Even with his past, he behaves so well. I feel lucky to have him. Rohan nodded. He has seen more than any normal dog, but he trusts us. That is important. That means he is happy here. As evening approached, the family gathered in the living room. Rex lay near Lena, who was reading a small book. The dog's ears twitched occasionally, but he remained calm. Rohan and Mina sipped their tea, speaking softly about the future. Suddenly there was a faint noise outside the window. Rex lifted his head and stared intently. Lena noticed immediately. What is it, Rex? She whispered. Rex growled softly, not loud, but steady. His body was tense. Rohan and Mina rushed to the window. Outside, they saw nothing unusual, only the quiet street and trees moving in the wind. Rohan frowned. He must have heard something we did not notice. Mina placed a hand on Rex. He is just making sure we are safe. That is what he does. Rex stayed alert for a few more minutes, then relaxed again. Lena hugged him and whispered, "It is okay. You do not need to worry. We are here." That night, Lena and Rex slept in her room. Rex lay at the foot of her bed but kept his eyes open for long moments. He listened to every creak of the house, every soft sound from outside. Lena felt comforted by his presence. She realized that Rex was not just a dog, he was a guardian. He had a quiet strength that made her feel safe, even when shadows moved outside. The next morning, Rohan decided to take Rex for a walk in the nearby forest. Lena joined them. Mina stayed home to prepare lunch. Rex walked calmly between Rohan and Lena, his ears moving constantly to catch any sound. The family felt proud of him. He had survived challenges in the past, but now he had a family that loved him as they walked. Lena noticed small signs that Rex had been in the forest before. He paused at certain spots, sniffing the air carefully. Sometimes he ran ahead a few steps, then came back to the family without fear. It was as if he remembered paths he had traveled before. "Do you remember this place?" Lena asked gently. Rex tilted his head but did not answer. He simply walked with her, protective and calm. Rohan watched Rex closely. He has experience we do not know. He is intelligent, but kind. That is why he is safe with us. The walk continued peacefully. Rex stayed near the family, keeping them protected without any signs of aggression. Lena laughed when he jumped over a small fallen log and ran back to her side. She realized that no matter what he had been trained for in the past, he chose to stay gentle with them. By the time they returned home, the sun was high in the sky. Rex followed them inside calmly and lay near Lena again. The family felt a deep connection with him. He was part of their lives now, not just as a pet, but as a friend and protector. That night, Mina whispered to Rohan, "I think he knew we were the family for him. He has waited a long time for a safe place. And now he has it." Rohan nodded. "Yes, we are lucky to have him. And we must always protect him too. He has given us trust, and that is rare." Rex slept quietly near Lena, his body relaxed but alert. He had survived a difficult past, but with his family, he had found a place to belong. And for the first time in a long time, he allowed himself to feel peace. The quiet house held a new warmth that night. A dog with a shadowed past had found a home, and a family had found a protector they would cherish forever. The sun was rising over the quiet town when Lena woke up. She stretched and ran to Rex, who was already sitting by the window, watching the street outside. His ears moved slightly as he listened to the soft sounds of early morning. Lena smiled. She knew Rex could sense things she could not. He had always been alert and careful, but she also knew that he trusted them completely now. "Good morning, Rex," she whispered, reaching out to rub his ears. The dog leaned into her touch, letting her feel the warmth of his fur. Rohan and Mina came downstairs shortly after. Rohan brewed tea while Mina prepared breakfast. Rex stayed close to Lena, occasionally looking up to observe the parents. His alertness never left him. Even in their safe home, he seemed to know that being careful was part of his nature. After breakfast, Rohan received a phone call from Officer Tariq. The officer spoke politely but seriously. "We need to meet with you again," he said. "There is new information about Rex's past. It is best if we come to your house to avoid moving him unnecessarily." Rohan nodded. "We understand. Please come at your convenience." Mina looked at Rex. I hope he will be okay. I do not want him to feel scared again. Rex pressed his head lightly against Mina's leg, and she smiled softly. She could feel the connection between them all growing stronger each day. By mid-morning, 2 officers arrived at the house. Officer Tariq and Officer Saba stepped inside carefully, observing Rex as he stood near Lina. His posture was calm, but every muscle in his body seemed ready. He was prepared for anything. We will not move him today, Officer Tariq said. We want to gather information here, in a familiar place for Rex. This will make the process safer for everyone. Rohan nodded. That is good. We want to help. The officers began asking questions about the shelter and what Rex had been like since they adopted him. Lina stayed beside Rex, stroking his fur. The dog remained calm but alert. After some time, a faint noise came from outside. Rex's ears perked immediately, and he moved closer to the door. His body was tense, and his eyes scanned the street. Lina looked at him. What is it, Rex? She whispered. The dog did not answer. Instead, he stood silently, alert and focused. Rohan went to the window to look outside. The street was empty, quiet, and peaceful. Yet Rex did not relax. There was something in the air that only he could sense. Suddenly, a black car slowly approached the house. Rex's tail stiffened, and he let out a low, controlled growl. Lina held onto his fur tightly. The car stopped near the gate, and 2 men stepped out. They wore dark clothing and moved with careful steps. Their eyes scanned the surroundings, and their attention seemed to focus on the house. Rohan's heart beat faster. Who are they? He whispered. Officer Saba stepped forward and spoke softly. Stay calm. We will handle this. Rex is alert, and he knows when there is danger. Rex moved to the front door, positioning himself between the strangers and Lina. His eyes were sharp, his body steady. He did not bark loudly. Instead, he showed controlled strength. It was clear he was prepared to protect the family without creating chaos. The men reached the gate. One of them tried to ring the bell. Rex barked once, a deep and strong bark, enough to make them pause. Lina held her breath. The officer spoke calmly to the men. Stay where you are. We are police officers. This family is safe. The men hesitated, then slowly raised their hands. They were careful not to provoke Rex. Officer Tariq moved closer to the gate. What is your business here? He asked. The taller man spoke, his voice nervous. We were told the dog, Rex, is here. We just want to check on him. That is all. Rohan frowned. Who told you? What do you mean by check on him? The shorter man looked at the taller one. We just need to know if he is safe. We were part of the training group, and we want to make sure he is okay. Officer Saba shook her head. That is not your decision. Rex is now part of a family. You have no right to come here. To leave immediately, or we will take action. Rex growled softly again, standing firmly in front of the door. His posture was strong but not aggressive. He was ready to defend the family if needed. Lina hugged his side. It is okay, Rex. We are safe. The men looked at the dog and then at the officers. Slowly they nodded and stepped back toward their car. Rex's growl faded, but he stayed alert, watching every movement. After the car drove away, Officer Tariq sighed. That was expected. Sometimes, people from his past try to reach him. They may have trained him, but they no longer have control. He belongs here now. Rohan looked at Rex with admiration. He saved us without even attacking. He was enough to make them leave. Mina nodded. He is more than a pet. He is our guardian. Lina hugged Rex tightly. I am so glad you are with us. I knew you would protect me. The officers stayed a little longer to make sure everything was calm. They explained that Rex's past trainers had no right to come to the house and that the family should call immediately if anyone suspicious appeared again. Once the officers left, the family tried to relax. Rex stayed near Lina, alert but calm. They had learned that even in a safe home, the past could sometimes reach them. But they also knew that Rex was ready. He was strong, intelligent, and loyal. That evening, the family decided to take Rex for a long walk. The streets were quieter now. Rex walked beside Lina, checking the surroundings carefully. He paused at certain corners, sniffing the air. It was clear that he remembered paths he had traveled before. His intelligence and awareness amazed the family. Do you remember this place? Lina asked gently. Rex tilted his head but did not answer. He simply walked with them, protective and calm. Rohan noticed how careful Rex was. He is like a shadow now, he whispered to Mina. Always alert, always watching, but he trusts us completely. Mina smiled, and that is what makes him special. He knows danger exists, but he chooses to protect us. By the time they returned home, the sun was setting. The sky was painted in soft shades of orange and pink. Rex followed them inside calmly and lay near Lina again. The family felt a deep connection with him. He was not just a pet, he was a friend, protector, and family member. That night, Lina whispered to Rex as she prepared for bed. We are safe now, right? You will stay with us forever. Rex pressed his head gently against her chest. His eyes shone in the dim light. Lina felt his quiet strength and love. She knew he would always protect them. Outside, the wind moved softly through the trees. The night was quiet, but Rex remained alert. He had survived challenges before, and now he had a family to protect. With them, he felt belonging and peace for the first time in a long time. The family went to bed with calm hearts. They knew that the past could sometimes reach them. But with Rex, they were ready. He was no ordinary dog. He was their guardian, their friend, and the heart of their family. The quiet house was filled with warmth that night. A dog who had faced shadows from the past had found a safe place, and the family knew that together they could face any challenge that came their way. The morning sun filled the house with soft light. Lena woke up first and ran to Rex, who was already sitting near the window. His ears moved slightly as he listened to the sounds outside. Lena hugged him tightly. "Good morning, Rex," she whispered. The dog pressed his head gently against her chest, letting her feel his warmth. Rohan and Mina came down for breakfast. Rex stayed near Lena.com and attentive as always. The family had grown used to his alertness, but today something felt different. The air felt lighter. The tension from the past days seemed to fade. Rex had faced his history and remained loyal to the family who loved him. After breakfast, Rohan received a call from Officer Tariq. He spoke politely. "We have completed our investigation. Rex's past trainers have no legal rights to claim him, and the dog is safe with your family. No one can take him away." Rohan smiled. "That is wonderful news. Thank you for all your help." Officer Saba spoke softly. "Rex is a special dog. He has skills and intelligence beyond normal dogs, but he has chosen to trust you. That is the most important thing. He is part of your family now, and you can protect him as he protects you." The family felt a wave of relief. They had worried for so long about Rex's past catching up with him. Now they could finally enjoy the peace of home without fear. Later that morning, Lena decided to take Rex to the backyard. She threw a small ball, and Rex ran with controlled speed, careful not to knock over the flowers or the garden pots. Lena laughed as he returned the ball to her paws. The bond between them had grown stronger than ever. Rohan watched with a gentle smile. "He is amazing," he said to Mina. "Even after all that has happened, he stays gentle and loyal." Mina nodded. "And he is smart. He knows when to protect us and when to relax. He is not just a dog. He is part of our family." The afternoon was calm. Rex lay in the living room, his head resting near Lena, who was drawing quietly. The family spoke softly about future plans, imagining walks in the forest, trips to the park, and quiet evenings together. Rex's presence made everything feel safe and warm. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. Rex lifted his head, alert immediately. He did not growl, but his posture changed, showing that he was aware of visitors. Lena held onto him gently. Rohan opened the door. Outside stood a man in plain clothes, holding a folder. "Hello, I am from the Animal Safety Office," he said. "I am here to confirm that Rex is healthy and fully safe to remain with your family. We also want to provide some support for his transition to home life." Rohan smiled. "Please, come in." The man examined Rex carefully but gently. Rex remained calm, obedient, and relaxed with the family nearby. The officer nodded. "He is well trained and gentle. He shows no signs of stress. It is clear he trusts his family completely. He is lucky to have you, and you are lucky to have him." Lena hugged Rex tightly. "He is my best friend," she whispered. The officer smiled. "I see that clearly. Take good care of him. He has come from a past that was not easy, but now he has a home full of love." After the officer left, the family felt a wave of happiness. Rex lay near Lena as she rested her head on his side. She whispered, "We will always take care of you, Rex. You belong here." Rohan and Mina looked at each other and smiled. Their journey with Rex had been unexpected, filled with mystery and worry, but now it was calm and full of joy. They realized how much they had learned from him about patience, loyalty, and trust. In the evening, the family decided to take Rex on a longer walk in the nearby forest. The trees swayed gently in the wind, and the air was fresh with the smell of earth and leaves. Rex walked carefully beside Lena, occasionally stopping to sniff a tree or a small bush. His movements were calm and confident. He remembered paths he had traveled before, but he now walked them with the family by his side. Lena laughed when Rex leaped over a small fallen log. "You are amazing, Rex," she said. "I am so glad you are with us." Rohan noticed how alert Rex was. Even in the forest, he stays calm but ready. He is intelligent and aware. That is why he is special. Mina smiled. "And he chooses to trust us. That is the most important thing." By the time they returned home, the sky was painted in soft shades of orange and pink. The air was calm. Rex followed them inside and lay near Lena as she read a small book. Rohan and Mina prepared a light dinner, feeling peaceful in their hearts. That night, Lena slept with Rex near her bed. He lay quietly, listening to every sound, but his body was relaxed. For the first time in a long time, he felt completely safe. He had survived his past, faced danger, and now had a family that loved him. Mina whispered softly to Rohan, "He has found his place with us. He has waited a long time for a home, and now he has it." Rohan nodded. "He has chosen to stay with us, and we will always protect him. He has given us trust, loyalty, and love. That is rare, and we must cherish it." Outside, the wind moved softly through the trees. The night was quiet, but Rex's eyes remained alert. He had faced shadows from his past, and now he had found belonging. He had a family that loved him, and that was all that mattered. The family went to bed with calm hearts. They knew that Rex was no ordinary dog. He was their guardian, their friend, and the heart of their family. They had faced challenges together, and now their home was filled with peace and happiness. In the following days, life became routine, filled with small joys. Lena and Rex played in the backyard. Rohan took him for walks, and Mina trained him with gentle commands. Rex learned new tricks but never lost his calm and disciplined nature. He adapted quickly to his new life, always careful but also enjoying the safety and warmth of his home. Neighbors began to notice Rex. They admired his intelligence, calmness, and loyalty. Children waved at him, and he wagged his tail gently, always controlled and kind. Everyone could see that he was special, but only the family knew the depth of his past and the strength of his loyalty. One evening, as the sun set behind the trees, Lena sat on the porch with Rex by her side. She leaned against him, feeling the warmth of his fur. "We are safe now," she whispered, "and we will always be together." Rex pressed his head gently against her chest. He had survived difficulties before, but with this family he had found love, trust, and belonging. He had learned that even after a difficult past, it was possible to have a peaceful and happy life. Rohan and Mina watched from the doorway, smiling. They knew that adopting Rex had changed their lives in ways they had not expected. They had gained a protector, a friend, and a family member who was loyal and loving. They also learned about patience, trust, and the quiet strength that comes from loyalty and love. The house was filled with warmth that night. The past could no longer reach Rex. He was safe, loved, and happy. The family had found not just a pet, but a guardian, a friend, and a part of their hearts. And so, in that small house, under the soft light of the moon, Rex lay quietly near Lena, listening to the night, calm and alert, but finally at peace. The family had faced the mysteries of his past together, and now they could enjoy the simple happiness of being together, safe and full of love. From that day on, every moment with Rex was precious. Walks in the forest, games in the backyard, and quiet evenings together became memories that would last a lifetime. Rex had chosen them, and they had chosen him. They were a family, complete, strong, and happy. And Rex, the dog who had survived so much, had finally found a place where he belonged.